everyone, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Gardino. The week begins on Monday, June the 26th, when Mercury, most of this week, is going to be triggering many planets. Mercury is about communications, discussions, agreements, planning. Mercury is transiting through the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a more emotional sign, whereas Mercury is a rational planet. It gives us more of a rational, discerning perspective. So you got to be careful with Mercury transiting through Cancer for about 3 or 4 weeks once a year, that your decision-making processes, what's on your mind, is not influenced subjectively, because you have to be aware that you may not be as objective when it comes to making decisions or coming up with opinions. On Tuesday, Mercury is going to be excellent with Neptune. Now, Mercury-Neptune, particularly with Mercury in an emotional sign of Cancer, can be very empathetic, intuitive, compassionate, very inspiring energy, therefore very creative energy. And the Mercury on Tuesday at the same time is triggering expansive optimistic Jupiter. So the Mercury-Jupiter, you might have a tendency to overinflate, to get overly excited about the Mercury-Neptune, which can bring in this idealism, but you might be awakening to a new vision, a new ideal. And with the Jupiter, you're just feeling so hopeful and optimistic about it. You want to make sure that you're being grounded, that this isn't all emotional, and that there's a certain amount of rational objectivity. When it comes to business, you may go over the top. But creatively, as long as you're just dealing with your own process, it can be very inspiring. By Wednesday, now the Mercury is aligned with Mars, which will happen once a year. Mars is that ambitious, heated, ego-oriented energy. And with Mercury to Mars, the mind is very stimulated, it's going a mile a minute, you're making snap, impulsive decisions, you're being quick, you're being sharp. Got to be careful you're not being overly emotional and triggering the ego and becoming argumentative. This would be a day that, yes, the mind is brainstorming 100 ideas at once, but you want to center, calm it down, and take it slower. Make sure you're not making any irrational, impulsive decisions, and also you want to slow it down so you don't get caught up in some ego disputes. But if you can center the mind, particularly from that Tuesday and Wednesday, you can actually accomplish a great deal. With Mercury, with writing, with learning, with communications, with negotiating any kind of deals. On Thursday, now the Mercury is in opposition or confrontation to Pluto. And this will only happen once a year. Pluto's this transforming, obsessive energy. Now, Mercury opposite Pluto, personally, could be a good day to go deep within, since Pluto rules the underworld and mythology. Pluto rules psychology, investigation. A great day to become very focused or obsessed with researching, with studying. But when you're communicating with others, and the Mercury is in opposition opposition to Pluto. So in your interactions with others, you could be coming up against the dark forces of Pluto. And so you might be in a discussion by Thursday where somebody is trying to convince you of their point of view, or you're trying to persuade someone else of your point of view. If you find yourself getting locked horns and getting into one's right and one's wrong, again, take a deep breath and probably step away and say something like, let's talk about this tomorrow. When you're in negotiations or in an argument, it can be a no-win situation. But individually, it can be a great day for, as I said, for therapy, for soul searching, for studying, for investigations. By Sunday, now the Mercury has moved on. The mind is calming down a bit from being overly stimulated during the week. But now assertive, ambitious Mars is in opposition to Pluto. Now, this can trigger a lot of forceful, relentless interactions with others. On the dark side, if you get caught up in all this more negative ego disputes, there could be this ruthlessness, this anger, sometimes in extreme cases, violence or accidents. But if you are staying more objective, more rational, you can accomplish a great deal of work and in collaborations with others. And individually, you could also get a lot of work done. On a more mundane level, Pluto deals with transformation, breaking down and transforming. Mars can deal with fixing and tools, and so Mars-Pluto could be a good day for some making home repairs, in construction, any kind of maybe even landscaping, or even working on mechanical devices, or even working on repairing your car. And it's a Sunday when this is peaking, and that might be a good day for you to accomplish a great deal in one of those areas. Before I sign off, I want to remind you that I'm available for the one question offer for a nominal fee at Astrology Answers website. Under the video, if you're playing it on the website, if you're watching it from the website, you'll see a number of links below in the description area. And one of the links is a direct link to order or request an answer from me. And remember, the time of birth is very important, and many of you are forgetting to put in the state or the country. I'm getting cities, and for the most part that's easy for me to figure out. But try to put down the state, the country, and I want to thank you for watching. I hope you tune in next week for my next segment. Until then, keep the mind centered and have a productive week.